Okay, so guys, today we're going to do a couple of in-class exercises, all right? And they're going to be timed exercises, so you guys need to produce what you're being asked to do in a very short period of time. So the first one is very simple, okay? The first one is going to be to take your prompt without necessarily reading it yet, unless you've already started to read it, and we're going to break this listing of spaces up into specific areas. One of them is going to be wine production. All right, so I can kind of list that thing up here if you want. So wine production. Another one is going to be business and promotion. Third one's going to be the restaurant. Okay, so you can see that those are kind of broken up in main areas when you look at your prompt. All right, in addition to that, there are some additional areas down below. All right, so one of the ones that's big is the parking area. And you have two separate parking areas. You have an employee and a visitor parking area, okay? So I want you guys just to make a note of that, because there's some specific requirements on, what you're expected to have there. We have so these are indoor areas, right? And what we have here now starts to become sort of outdoor areas. We have an entry courtyard or an entry court. It's not a courtyard, it's a sort of an entry garden area. You guys had one in the previous project. Okay, and then we have a tasting patio. The tasting patio can also be a general outdoor area, but in either case, we're going to call it a tasting patio for now. All right, and then there are men's and women's public restrooms. Okay, so that's kind of the general listing. If you look down through this thing, then we can kind of break this thing down. What I need you guys to do right now is to produce two sets of general program cutouts. All right, and what I'm asking you for is that you do them initially as just simple squares for most of these. All right, so this one here will be a square, square, square. This one will not. This one will be actual. The entry court will be a square, the tasting patio a square, and the public restrooms, for now, we'll leave them as squares. Okay? So you're going to produce two sets because you're going to produce one set at 1 inch equals 128 feet, and you're going to produce another one at 1 inch equals 64 feet. Okay. Are there any questions about that? In case any of you have forgotten, the way that you calculate the area of a square is you type in the value and you push the square root key. All right? That'll give you the size of the square. This exercise should not take very long. All right? This is something that you can sit down in a computer, right, and work out in probably about 15 minutes. make sense? Do you understand that? Any comments on that? Other than yawns? No? Okay. Eventually, I'm going to ask you to take each of the things that you've made as a square, right? And I'm going to ask you to convert it to a circle and eventually to an ellipse. Okay? But right now, just the squares. And there'll be two sets, right? Keep them separated. Okay? So go ahead and stop the video.